to the satellite.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dangerous Freedom, our Saturday night forum. And there's Niki finishing up. What is she finishing up something? She'll be on here in a minute, but we'll give people a few minutes to get in here.
I don't know how good this works with more and more people you put on in the bandwidth. So I don't know how good it works with me. Right now we're doing good. So.
Hey, Cashew.
That one gets empty.
We're on.
No, just telling you there's a pot of coffee ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here.
All right.
I know for right now everybody's streaming. You know, it is what it is. What's up, Scarface?
Hello. Nachos.
Hey, Nacho. It's not your cheese. It's nacho cheese. Don't worry. The rest of the guests are coming. They're just slow. I guess Nikki's got to put her makeup on. She said she's got to princess up. Hey, Tina. Foam. Blaine, good to see you. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out, but I did see it in there. What's up, old reliable? Ark Wild, what's going on? So you had something you wanted to talk about today, right?
I did. And we got quite a few people in on board.
We got 10 right now. We'll give it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But what was it? Some of the preps that a lot of preppers either forget about or overlook.
Well, one of them that Red and I got to discussing the other day. If you lose electricity and you need refrigeration, albeit for milk, medications, leftovers, in your home, how are you going to do that refrigeration? So in Alaska, in the wilderness, we had propane refrigerators.
I've heard of those.
Now they make refrigerators that actually do propane, 110 volt and 12 volts DC that they use in a lot of motorhomes. So we've started looking, and believe it or not, there is a place in Arizona that sells not only the 3-way refrigerators of all sizes, they also sell solar powered ones, solar powered freezers. And we were thinking too, because of the oven that we have on our gas range, because we put in a big propane tank to be able to cook, and we can light that with a match. The oven, however, becomes a problem because of the new electric igniter that plugs into the wall. Well, this place in Arizona sells Homesteader ranges that use AA batteries for the igniter.
Oh wow! There you go. And who doesn't keep AA? Who doesn't keep AA's stocked up? I mean, I've probably got like 3 years worth of AA's.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the specs on it, and it said it takes like 8 AA's for the igniter for the oven, but they last 4 to 5 years. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Red and I were thinking that she's thinking actually about as the money comes in, ordering us a small shit hit the fan basically refrigerator that basically the most efficient is propane, but with the option of that if you run out of propane you can also use 12 volt DC for a while, or you could use 110 volt power if you had it. We're probably not going to worry about the 110 volt, but we'll have the propane refrigerator. And then she's thinking about ordering one of the gas ranges too, and selling the range we have in our house because it's only a couple of years old, and going with the more homestead friendly range.
What's up, Moose? What's up, Dangerous?
What's up, Josh?
Hey, Gardner. Josh?
I'm not at home right now, so.
Okay. Well, that's all right.
My buddy got me a room at the casino out here, so I'm up here in a hotel room.
Oh, right on.
Uh-oh.
Out there living it up, huh?
Well, I guess he gambles a lot. I don't gamble. I've been to a casino once in 20 years, and he got a bunch of stuff comped to him, and he's like, I can't use it. Could he give it away? And he gave it to me. So,
Wow. Hey, that works. I'll tell you what, man.
I just ate a $200 dinner for free.
Oh, sweet.
Dude, it was Wagyu steak. That stuff's legit,
Wow.
man. I've never had it before.
Wagyu? I know, I should have got it.
What did you
How's
have,
everybody
Josh?
doing tonight? I had the A5 Wagyu strip.
Oh, my.
Yeah, my wife had the filet mignon and crab legs. And I'm sitting there eating. I'm like, how much does my fucking cousin play at this casino? Good Lord.
Wagyu
They're
beef
giving you all
is
this free stuff. I mean, you got to be spending money.
Yeah. Usually
Yeah,
if you get that,
it was
Got
a.
some Wagyu.
It's
you're a
pricey.
whale. Yeah, they call you a whale if you're spending a lot of money in the casino, and
Right.
then they start giving you stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, he got a suite. He got a $200 comp for the all the stores and restaurants.
What's in the sky room?
So I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just like, okay, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah, born racer, go ahead.
But I'll tell you, I feel out of place up there in that restaurant, though, man. That's not my place. I'm country, man. I'd like give me some charcoal.
Charcoal steak.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, you know what? When we go to the casinos down here, dude, it's like freaking all you can eat crab and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
They don't do that in the casinos down here. Our Indians are too cheap.
All you can eat crawdad.
So I'll do that. That sounds better than what
I do feel out of place.
That's all right. So I had some fellow rednecks show up about halfway through my meal, so I didn't feel so out of place.
I know.
No, I haven't. Yeah, dude, I'm not much of a gambler myself. I mean,
Yeah, me either, dude. I don't. I put $20 in one of these machines, and I'm thinking, man, that's a cattle panel.
Yeah.
I play slots online on a site called Vegas World, and I'm on my slot machine right now. I wish I could collect. I'm up to almost 3,500,000,000 coins.
So there you go. That'll get it done.
Yeah. So now I'm up in the high roller section. I'm betting 250,000 coins at a time on a pull on a slot.
What?
Yeah, for the heck of it. I've been playing it now for about a year and a half to get that much.
Hi, Moose.
Hi,
Hi, John.
Nikki.
Hi.
And then
I don't know how long I can hang with you because, this is late for me. So Ron got me off the couch. I was trying to nap. Hi, Ron.
Hi, Nikki.
Oh, you look so handsome. Did you go to the pool and get some rest?
No, I just shaved.
no, he didn't go to the pool. He had to give his face a break.
Right.
Hi, Detroit. Oh, my God, Roger. Oh, I miss you. Awesome.
Hey, Bug Dude.
Oh, man.
Hey, Arkwall, man.
Let's see how that works.
Auto card. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Now, the luckiest dude I know is
Yeah.
A.B. Long.
No,
Luckiest
it's
dude
not
is A.B.
daytime
Long
for
that
me,
comes
Bug
around.
Dude. It's actually nighttime. It's 9 o'clock here. So this is actually late for Nikki. I'm usually on the couch passed out. Yo, SMF, what's
Hey,
up?
Cola. No, and we do this Saturday night stream every week. I know right now it's like normally I'd have like 30 or 40 people in here, but there's like, I don't know, probably 100 other people streaming right now. So
Oh, really?
whatever. But anyways, so we were talking about the propane refrigerator.
What?
And yeah,
Right.
Mooseman. Yeah, they're gonna.
I'll go back over it. Red and I were talking about. See, we're prepared that if we lose power here, we've got 2 refrigerators and a deep freezer running to keep stuff because we buy a lot in bulk, and having to process deer meat and stuff, you need the extra capacity. But if the power goes out tomorrow, what are we going to do? Well, right now we're sitting with 10 cases of jars and probably 5 cases of 1 pound and half pound metal cans that we would start canning up stuff in the freezer to save it. I've got enough generator power to run for, probably a week or so. As far as gasoline supplies goes, to kind of help, give her time. We'd be running 2 pressure canners though, 24 hours a day to salvage what we could, making up meals and stuff. So we got to talking about, up in Alaska, we had propane refrigerators. They have big ones. I mean, they make them full size. But we were talking about looking at one like these new RVs have. And I mean, I wished I knew where there was a wrecked RV lot that you could go pull stuff like that out of.
Really had bad timing, dude.
That would be a good place to get one, because the RV refrigerators are propane, 110 volt and 12 volt. So we started looking online, and I found a place in Arizona called Ben's Discount Supply that sells all types of Homestead type appliances. They also sell propane ranges that use 8 AA batteries for igniting the oven with a sparker. And it says that the batteries will last 4 to 5 years. So you've got electronic ignition. Our stove, unfortunately, plugs into 110 volts for the oven. So Red would not be able to use the oven without power. We could still light the top burners. I do have, as a backup, I have a Coleman camper oven that opens up and folds out so big that you could bake a pie in, or a loaf of bread or something like that. It fits on the stove top, and it'll fit on a Coleman stove. So she's looking now at buying a new range and selling our old range, and then looking at maybe in the future purchasing one of these smaller propane refrigerators, just so that if you've got milk or leftovers or medication that needs to be refrigerated in a shit hit the fan situation, no power or whatever, that we would have some sort of refrigeration if need be. And they also have a small freezer in them that make ice. Then you could freeze, a little bit of stuff. You can get them all different sizes. Of course, the price goes up. They run from anywhere from about just under $1,000 to $2,000 for the bigger ones. But it's something that a lot of people hadn't thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually, I've never even thought of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the stoves are cheap. I forget what they are. Oh, well, the one we were looking at was about $672 for a Premier 30-inch battery ignition gas range with 5 cooktop burners and a griddle and a cover for the griddle area.
Wow.
So it's a multi-use stove that's a regular size range. The only difference being it does, I guess it does plug in to 120 volts. And then if the power fails, you have the battery backup for being able to use the oven.
That's actually not a bad price, though, considering everything that it can do. That's pretty
Yeah,
reasonable.
The range she bought at Home Depot cost us, I think, way more than that. It was like, I don't know, $800-900 for a regular range. So
Yeah.
we're thinking about swapping out and getting one of those.
Yeah, because that's a reasonable price. I mean, considering everything it can do. Jake, don't piss on my plant. Do you mind? Sorry.
And,
Dog's out.
And the small, you can look at the refrigerators and it tells like how much fuel they use. And the smaller RV type ones will use about 1.1 pound or so a day. So a 20-pound trailer bottle will last about 18 days on one. But some of the even smaller ones, a trailer bottle will last up to 30 days. The bigger refrigerators, they're going to eat more propane, of course. But if you got a big tank, which if you're a survivor and you cook on propane, you should have.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know there was a such thing. See, you learn something new every day.
The place is called Ben's Discount Supply, and it's in Arizona. Let's see here.
Oh, Ron can drive there and buy us all one.
Yeah, if he hits the lottery or the Indian casino, he could do that. It's in Kingman. It's in Kingman, Arizona.
Oh, okay. That's a bit up north, but actually my stepdad has land up in Kingman.
Yeah.
So,
but that's just one place that we found that sells, and like I said, they also have solar powered ones that come with, I guess, with the solar panels and everything else. They do a solar powered freezer and refrigerator too, and you're starting to look at some expense there, but it's just a thought for people that on homesteads that may not have electricity and stuff that can get propane or haul propane in as something.
See, that would work for me. The sun's overshining.
Yeah. And
that's a big fucking tank right there. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap, yeah.
We got a 250-gallon tank of propane. She bought here a while back. She bought a 250-gallon tank, and the guy gave her a deal on it and then filled it up because we saw that fuel prices were starting to go up. So we got propane for less than $2 a gallon. And,
there you go.
And he came and set it and filled it up. And then we moved the other propane tank, which was, I think, 150-gallon. We filled it up, moved it over by my shop and filled it up. So we've got backup or I could run it into the shop for heat or something like that. Or if we had to, if something happened to the house, we could move into the shop if need be.
Cool.
Nikki, I saw the neatest thing on a Facebook post today of a friend of mine. They took a bell pepper that you get in the store, a red one, and they cut it in half, sliced it lengthwise. They took the seeds and they pulled the seeds out and dropped them into pepper, and then they packed it with dirt and stuck it in a pot, and it popped up all kind of little pepper plants
Yeah.
that you could transplant.
Yeah, that's
They
a
did the
cheap
same.
way I've done that.
They did the same thing with a tomato slice, and they planted a
Yeah,
tomato slice.
yeah, that's cool, right? Yeah, that's when you're really cheap, man, and you just take a few scoops of dirt and throw it in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can do that in just about anything. Hey, I mean,
yeah,
if you think about it, you know, when a pepper grows, if you don't harvest it and it hits the ground and it starts rotting, all the little guys in there start sprouting right inside the pepper. So you're kind of sprouting them right
right,
inside the palm, you know?
right. And
It's a good idea.
self-contained container. And
Yeah.
they took one of them. They took one of them shish kebab skewers, and they went along a fresh ear of corn and stuck it down a row and pried it up, and then they pulled those corn seeds off and planted them too. I'd never seen that.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, I've done that. Like I machete the corn cob, and then we just kind
Yeah,
of throw it out. And then I pull out the biggest ones, and then we just replant those. And then the little
right.
ones we just throw all over. Yeah. Yeah, there's fun things actually to do with corn. But that's funny with the peppers. I love it.
Yeah, I thought that was neat.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty cool.
so in grid down, do you use your gasoline to run generator or natural gas furnace or heat with propane?
Oh, we would use a wood stove. We've got firewood, and a few gallons of chainsaw gas, you can cut up a lot of firewood. So for heat, we would be using the wood stove in the house.
Yeah, so we've never had a full on grid down except for
I'm on propane.
when the one hurricane hit us. So we did gas generators. That was, oh my God. Yeah, we were out of power for almost a month. But like technically at my house, I could go to the shop because the power was on there after, I think it took them like 10 days, almost 2 weeks. Then we finally had power at the shop. So we had power there before everybody else did. So I still didn't have power at my house. So we use in Florida gas generators. But yeah, total grid down. I actually don't think gas generators are. I mean, Moose knows more about this stuff than I do, but like in Florida, because everybody's got generators here, because the power is always going down at one point. But I would
Your
actually
Achilles
love
heel is
an
fuel.
alternative.
Fuel is your
I would
Achilles
love an
heel, though.
alternative. I don't want to use gas, man. But for right now, gas is the only way I've got to go. But I would actually love to learn another way. To be honest with you,
Well,
really,
that would mean a large solar power, solar system, battery bank, and inverters, and you can have your quite a bit of power depending on how much solar panels you have. So
oh yeah,
that's your that's about your only other option, or windmill with a small battery charger system on it. And but you need a
Yeah,
big
windmill.
battery bank for those. You need a lot of what we call ass in the industry. You need a lot of ass behind that inverter that because there's a
yeah,
loss. So you're converting it from 12 volts to a sine wave 125 volts, and there's
yeah,
some loss there. But it draws a lot of power. Now, like our house is wired here with LED Christmas lights that runs to an inverter and runs to a one single deep cycle marine battery. And we don't actually know how long it'll run, but minimum of 3 days solid before the battery would even think about needing a charge, and it
oh,
lights up our whole house. We did it
oh,
in Alaska because of power outages there, and people thought, how do they have electricity and lights and nobody else in the neighborhood did? It's like, Reach
Oh,
over there,
wow.
hook up the battery, plug the lights into the inverter, light up the house. You can see, to read, you can cook by it. And the whole
Oh, wow.
system was like, what, $50, $60 plus a battery?
Really?
Yeah.
That cheap? Oh, wow.
That cheap. Yeah. I mean, LED Christmas light strings were $5-6 a piece. If that, we catch them on sale sometimes for $4.
Wow. That's actually pretty
25
cool.
foot, 25
No, it's
foot
good.
strings,
I
and you
see
can
the stuff
string.
down here in Florida. You see the ads coming up all the time and everything. They're pushing solar down here hardcore. And when I start seeing the masses pushing that hardcore, I'm like, all right, what's their agenda? Even though, I mean, solar makes sense in Florida. The sun's overshot.
So it's same in Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona
Yeah,
too.
right. Yeah, I think I noticed that, Ron, when I was out west. I noticed that a lot more people were solar than they are down here when you drive through the neighborhoods. And I just noticed stuff was like way different than where I live.
Even in my park where I live, I've noticed trailers that have solar panels on them. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Yeah.
Hey, Zane.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like they're
so
pushing it here. I would love to have it, actually.
So we put up like 125 foot string where you plug 25 foot strings. They plug together and put them up at the top of our wall around the ceilings and down the hallway and back and all through the kitchen, the areas that we needed to get to, and that light up bathrooms and everything, and the living room, the kitchen, mainly you can cook in there. So our whole entire cost was about $25 for the clear white LED 120 volt strings of lights, about $25 for a inverter to power it. That doesn't have to be anything big. And then I think we got the battery was like $59 at Walmart for a deep cycle. You want a deep cycle battery.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I bought a little Harbor Freight charger for when we use it. When the power comes back on, it automatically recharges the battery and keeps it charged for us. But in the event of a situation where you don't have power, then you would use like a small solar charger to recharge the battery, or a little 12 volt wind generator made out of an alternator and a fan. There's ways of doing it then.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we have
I
lights.
actually better at that, man. I'm so bad at that, man. Because everybody's like,
And yeah, Luciano. Well, yeah, they are. Well, the way they want the solar setups here is they feed back into the electrical grid. But anybody with a little bit of electrical skill or technology, technological skill, can wire it directly up. So you're gonna and you can rig up your own batteries and start storing your own energy. I mean, I don't think they actually have a way to like be able to be like, hey, you're not sharing, and people do get discounts down here if they do set up the whole solar grid on their house, but at the same time I'd be like, okay, well, when shit hits the fan, guess what? Or if a grid down situation, have a quick shut off switch, and then all that power goes right into your battery bank. And you're gonna want a lot of batteries.
You don't have to sell your power back to the power company. You can just keep your battery bank charged. And that's the only bad thing on a solar panel whole home system. The battery bank is the most expensive part of the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the most dangerous part of the whole deal. And it really needs its own special compartment because it vents out flammable gases and things like this. And then besides that, you need the big inverters, and you need the big inverters, which are costly. and then have it and then wiring it all up. So I helped set up some systems like that with friends in Alaska, and but the batteries are the main thing. And if you overcharge those batteries or undercharge them, they go bad really quick, and they're very expensive.
Oh shoot! See, I don't know anything about that. I need to learn more about that. Wait, let me open another window because I actually can't type in chat unless I open a YouTube window.
I wish I could get my generator down from Alaska. I've got what they call a China diesel. They were one lung diesel. They're low RPM. They go ka-chink, 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 ka-chink.
What they call a China
6 to
diesel.
8 kW.
They were
6 to
Oh, Nikki, you gotta mute that window.
I'm trying. Hang on. All right, I did it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. And it was a 6 to 8 kW generator that burned 1.5 gallons of diesel a day.
That's not bad.
That's cheap. Yeah.
Wow. That's not bad at all.
The pot growers in remote Alaska use them because they could haul 55 gallons. A drum of fuel would last them over 30 days. So one drum of fuel would last them. And diesel doesn't spoil. So these guys were getting 300, 500 gallon tanks in and filling them up and with off the truck bulk and saving money. And then they'd sit back there and run their generators. And you don't have to run them all the time. Just run them when you need them too.
Zane, I do, but not like on a household. I have like personal, like small, like phone chargers and tablets and stuff like that.
Solar motion lights that I use for security that are cheap.
Yeah, I use those actually, but I only use them to catch the iguanas in the back.
Iguanas.
Right.
Dude, I have like motion detectors everywhere and they beep at different frequencies. So I know like when they go off, like what quadrant of my property. And the funny thing is, it was like SHTF last year. And I'm like, oh, Gary, they got a good deal on more motion detectors and all that. So Gary, he grabbed them and then I installed them and I'm like, oh, heck, these things are great, man. Because every time I hear them go off, I run like to whatever part of the house. And then I see a little iguana, like he's trying to creep through my backyard. I'm like, I got you, bitch. So the only thing is he wants to turn them on, like at night because they get noisy, because every little thing that moves. So you can set the sensitivity, but I have the sensitivity set on fairly high during the day for iguanas and vermin. It's like
sounds similar to that.
I don't know, Zane. What do you want
to do? That are similar to that.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got them mounted on our tree, and the funny thing is, when I first put them up, because that neighbor over there, she hates me. That's the duck hater over there, and you guys know that story. And so when I put them up, I was like, Gary, we're gonna do it on Sunday because I know her and her husband are home. And when they see us put it up, they're going to think we're putting up cameras around the property. And she literally doesn't know the difference. She thinks we literally put cameras up. And after that, she never even came out of her house and talked to me another day. Because I swear to God, she thought we put cameras all over our property. And it's just motion detectors. So I can catch a bloody iguanas, easier. It's so funny. Hey, whatever works, man. Right. Yeah. Brewer. Yeah. So, hey, it works. It's a mind game, right? As a prepper, you got to think about that kind of thing. So, I put that up and then I don't have to deal with her idiotic ass anymore. So she doesn't even talk to me. She didn't even come out of the house. So it's pretty cool. But that neighbor actually knows that they're motion detectors. Yeah. And it's cool. And our neighbors across the street have them, but they've got big lights that like light up. You know, if you walk across, it lights up the whole darn property. It's crazy. It'll wake you up at night. The light's so bright.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so he has a program to I forget what, some kind of sensitivity, but to be honest with you, when I got them, it was last year when all this garbage started. Oh, not garbage. I'm saying, you know, the riots. I don't even know if I can say that, but whatever.
The
When that
peaceful protests.
Yes. So the thing is, we didn't know what was going to happen or what was going to come our way, and I said, you know, I always wanted those and all that, and so we ordered more, and I put more around my property, because I wanted to know at any given time what was moving on my property, and then I set them up to where it was like if somebody jumped over the fence, it would go off because it's higher up and there are not a lot of animals that are up there in the middle of the night. And then you have to be careful, you know, how you set those things up. And so that's how I did it. But then I kind of adjusted them over time, you know, in the last year, just so I can catch the iguanas.
Yeah.
But they're actually, they're really useful, you know. If you don't have the money to outfit your property with a bunch of, you know, security cameras and all, that actually is a pretty cool thing. Because you can hear in my house, sometimes I do videos and you hear the beeping. That's what the motion detectors are. They're always going off at some
They're
point.
battery operated too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the only thing
have
battery
them for,
operated in the
out
house.
camping for a perimeter alarm for bears
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a handy and inexpensive tool to get, you know, if you don't have a lot of money for, you know, other things, and they work out quite well, you know, because I'm completely fenced in here, but you know, I still put them up everywhere for the vermin and what have you. It works. It
Too
works.
bad. Too bad we can't do remote controlled landmines where you could find that, see what sector that iguana's in, and throw a switch and boom.
Oh, I dream about that.
What?
I like to press a button and it's like boom, pull a little bastard up. It's like instant iguana.
Iguana hunter Niki. Yep. She is. She froze. Crap.
Iguana claymores.
Oh, you're getting.
Oh, so everybody's
Hold
coming
on.
to be able to kill these things, man. They're a major problem here.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
just make it, you know, but the problem big time.
Are you getting some weather down there or what, Niki?
Yeah, we've got wind and like some just weird weather down here. Yeah.
What's up, Josh?
Sorry.
I don't know. I had to restart my phone. It was all borging out, so I didn't know if it was me or what.
I don't.
It was Bill Gates.
All right, let's try that. Let's try that.
It's still doing bad stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It was good for a while and now it's just not good.
Yeah. So what's another one, Moose, that you were thinking of?
A lot of times, a friend of mine in Alaska, you buy stuff in jars like pickles, olives, stuff like that. And she showed me that she saves those jars and she uses them to put her pickles in, like pickled beets and stuff, and processes them and reuses the jars you get in the store with the stuff in it after you clean them out. And so it saves you from using another mason jar when you are, instead of throwing the jar in the trash, reuse it. So I was surprised about that. Plus, you can store dry goods and stuff in it, you know, that you want to seal up.
Yep, glass is a good one.
We save a lot of certain, a lot of certain jars. Some jars, you know. Now I save all kind of containers because I use stuff in my shop all the time. I love like the quart or larger mayonnaise plastic jars because they're handy for what I like. I store bullets in them, you know, for reloading and stuff. I'll take the big bulk bags and dump them in there. Trying to think what else we've talked about so much this week. It's been madhouse because, you know, I've had the doctor's appointments and getting ready to go Monday down to Texas. So we've had a lot of things going on. Oh, and then the state troopers called me today and told me that from my case a year and a half ago, they got the DNA results back. So now they're going to get a warrant, and they've got the guy in jail and the other suspect that lied to them. So they're going to go get a warrant for their DNA, compare it, and there might be more charges following.
Oh, wow. Holy shit. Oh, wow, they are on the case, man. That's cool.
Well, I told the guy, he said, I apologize for the DNA test taking so long. I thought, you know, for a burglary, how many agencies do an expensive DNA test? And I told him, I understand as a police officer, you guys got murders, you know, you've got other stuff that is more serious for DNA tests, rapes and stuff like that you have to deal with that would have priority over my little burglary. So I understood, but I said, I was amazed that you got DNA results back that hopefully will add to the case.
What's up, PrepperX?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for anybody in the chat that doesn't know, Moose also has property up in Alaska, and now with Canada's lockdowns, he can't even go up there and visit. So,
yeah, I have a home up there. My home up there of about 20 years.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. For fuck's sake,
And
man.
eventually I want to get it. I've still got a lot of stuff I'd like to ship down, and I need to clean up a lot of stuff. And you don't throw away your bills and papers and stuff. I need to burn all that kind of stuff, sell off a bunch of stuff, or just eventually get it to the point where I can put the thing up on for sale. Give somebody a really good deal on it because it's going to need work and upkeep, but it's a full 5 acres. It's surrounded by millions of acres of state land, which means you can go cut dead trees for firewood. You can shoot on it. You can hunt on it right there. It's got blueberries. It's got wood. It's a well-insulated trailer with an addition on it. But I don't know what shape it's in now that the crackheads have been in there tossing it. But you know, it's got higher speed internet in the wilderness than Oklahoma does now.
I agree with that.
It's got satellite TV and it's on one of the most radio reception and transmitting spots there is in the state of Alaska. I'm sitting up on a high ridge. When you pull out of the driveway, you're looking at the Wrangell Mountains. It's absolutely a gorgeous view. and
that's
you're
cool.
up on a high ridge. There's no flooding. It's actually survived the big earthquakes really well because it's pretty solid frozen ground. I've got 5 acres, 5 full acres. It was a U.S. government federal home site that they did of 5 acres years ago. And I bought it when it came up for sale from some people that actually were from Louisiana, lived in Alaska, and then they were getting ready to retire and move back to Louisiana. So I made a deal with them, and actually I sold a bunch of guns and made most of the payment on the land, and then made 2 more payments and paid it off before I even started developing it.
Nice.
But
yeah, that's cool. I mean, 5 acres
no
is
property
a
tax.
decent amount of
No
land.
property taxes. It's my property. So it doesn't cost me anything sitting there. It's paid for.
Love it. No property taxes? How'd you pull that one off? Oh
No
my
property
God.
tax, no sales tax, no thumb tax.
Cool.
It's great.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. No, iguanas did not chase me as a child, Prepper X, because I grew up in New Jersey. There are no iguanas in New Jersey.
No, just rats.
Yeah, rats. Yeah, exactly. We had big rats up there. Yeah, no. So I'm naturally, I don't know. I'm like my Jack Russell, when he sees a rat, he wants to kill it. When I see an iguana, I just want to kill the fucking thing. I just go right for it. So my dog and I have something in common. I did not get chased by them as a child, and I didn't grow up with them. I just want to kill them when I see them. So, and then apparently I'm gonna have to send some to Ron because he wants to cook them and eat them.
Oh yeah, nah, don't bother. I got plenty of varmints around
But I
here.
will.
Yeah.
He won't, but I will. I'll eat anything that don't eat me first.
I'm not eating those darn things. Ron keeps trying to get me to eat them. Oh my God.
I don't know. Well, we were
Hey,
watching.
man,
If Ron gets me to eat an iguana is the day I'll marry him, and that is, I don't marry anybody, so good luck.
We'll have to watch Crocodile Dundee.
If you're hungry enough, you'll eat one.
And I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, dude, like seriously, down here we get a lot of pigeons and stuff like that. And I usually it's pest control. I would take my BB gun out, pop one, and then toss it to the stray cats. But then the other night, somebody's like, "Oh, they call it squab or swab or squab." I think it's squab, and it's like a delicacy in some places. And I'm like, really, a pigeon? It's delicacy? But
Yeah, they'll charge you $60 a plate in New York for that stuff.
What?
That's right.
Pigeon.
Oh,
Squab. It's called squab in a fancy
Good.
restaurant. And
try it.
Brian Griffin. Brian Griffin says winters in Alaska will darn near drive you nuts. So lots of snow and the sun rarely comes up. Where I was in southeast central Alaska, we only got maybe 4 feet of snow usually. On a rare occasion on a winter, you might get 6 feet at that, but that was over the whole entire winter. But we had, even on the December 21st, the solstice of the shortest day of the year, we still had about 6 hours of daylight. So, I worked all winter driving back and forth, actually 25 miles one way to work and 25 miles home. And it was just to be getting about dark when I get home right in December, right around Christmas. And then, but in the summers, you got 24 hours of daylight. You're out at midnight fishing and drinking and partying up and down the riverbanks and that, watching for grizzly bears. And it's a great place. And the average temperature of where I was at, which was 200 miles northeast of Anchorage, it usually ran about 10 to 20 below zero in the wintertime, but it would get down. You would have maybe a week or 10 days of up to 50 below. You'd have maybe a week or so of 40 below on and off, but the rest of the time it was up about 10 to 20 below. At that temperature,
What?
I would be out chopping firewood in a long sleeve shirt and working up a sweat at 20 bucks. It's a very dry cold up there. You can open a bag of potato chips and throw them on your counter, and a week later, they're still crispy. It's a whole different atmosphere than it is down here.
Dude, seriously, you just said like 10 to 20 to 50 below zero. Do you even realize what you just said? That's just bullshit.
No, because
50 degrees Fahrenheit here, and I'm just like, I'm dying, man. It's cold. I got to put a winter coat on. 10 below.
Niki, I was from Florida. I jumped right in it, and there's so many people from Florida up there, and they had to start carrying grits in the grocery store because of all the Floridians that moved to Alaska.
And dumbasses, I should have stayed here.
Once you get climatized to it, it's even Red's from Alabama and raised in Florida.
But it's dry cold.
It is a dry cold. There's a difference.
That's what they
There's
say
a big
about
difference.
Well,
There is
the opposite, but
there is
So
a big
dry
difference.
cold, that's like a dry heat. Shit. You fucking kidding me? Yeah, I could never do that. Oh my God. Yeah.
The
You've
thing
got
is you can layer up for the cold. You can layer up from the cold. In the cold, I can build a fire and get warm. Here in Oklahoma, I can't take off enough clothes to get cool when it's 110 degrees and be legal.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, it's all about somebody's flavor. You know, how much clothes you want to pile on or how many do you want to take off? Me, I'd rather be naked and sweating because I do not want to be in minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That is just
Giggity.
I know, right? That's exactly what mine.
It's not gonna happen, man.
Oh man,
Right there. If I get hot, I'm jumping in.
Actually, Niki, 10 to 20 below in Alaska with the as dry as the humidity as it is. It's very dry, but it would be the equivalent of about 20 degrees above in Florida with your moisture.
Oh, 20 degrees? Dude, that's still
just below freezing.
I don't even get out of bed for less than 60 degrees.
Oh God, I love being cold. I love the chill, the cold, fresh air in your lungs. It just makes you feel so like
I know.
rejuvenated.
I grew up like that in New Jersey. I'm done with the fresh air. I'm like, fuck fresh air. I'm with the heat, baby. I don't care how much I sweat.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Alaska saved my life. You know, I was supposed to be dead
God.
at 35. And my liver started working again.
Like, it's like 20 degrees. I'm like, that doesn't even exist in the state of Florida. That's crazy.
Hey, we had the coldest beer in the nation, though.
For you. Oh my God, crap. Oh my God. Yeah, I can. You know what? I grew up in New Jersey. You know, we had some crazy cold winters, but you know, where I'm like carrying buckets of water out to my horses on the horse farm. But man, I never want to do that again. And the thing is, I'll never live. Like, I'll either go way out west, you know, because I love Nevada and Arizona, or stay right here in Florida. I'm never gonna go anywhere where it snows again. It's just not going to happen. You know, it's just crazy, man.
The thing we weren't
don't get me
out in it all the time. You know, we
well,
weren't
don't
out
get me
in
wrong.
it all the time like you are gardening. We would be out
Don't
snowmobile.
get me wrong. I mean, I actually enjoy living where I'm at because it does stay warm. And if I want to visit snow, you know, when we get it, I only have to drive about an hour and a half. And I mean, we can go play in the snow. So, I mean, I like that fact about it.
You're lucky. You can drive a little bit and go see snow, which is cool. I mean, I would love to do that. When we were out west, I thought that was an amazing thing about Nevada because we were really hot. And then the guy we were with is like, go over there to the mountains and then there's snow there. because we were there in December and November, and I thought that was actually really cool because I love that, but no.
See,
Not
Nikki,
cool.
you like to get out on your motorcycle and ride. In Alaska,
Yeah.
we got on our snowmobiles and then get out and get on a frozen lake and open that thing up, and you're flat out 100 miles an hour across a frozen lake, just out there in the middle of the wilderness and running around chasing moose or caribou you might see, and but you're out there on like a motorcycle made for the snow at 100 miles an hour, and nobody cares. You're just having a blast. Or go out there and punch an ice hole and go ice fishing. I mean, it's great, but it's just so much fun. And
that's cool. When I go 100 miles an hour
people
down the highway, at the end of the highway, there's a strip club. Then I go in and have a drink and I throw some dollar bills.
Alaskans drink a lot. They actually eat more ice cream per person in the winter than any other place. Everybody carries Spam in their car for emergency food because Spam doesn't freeze. They carry a roll of toilet paper in a gallon metal coffee can and a can of heat, so that if they have to build an emergency fire, they'll leave that toilet paper in there and pour alcohol on it and light it up, and you've got an instant safe in your vehicle.
Oh,
you can get help.
Actually.
But I was not one of the crazy people that strapped my feet to a couple of greased 2x4s and slid down mountains. Ain't happening. No.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I grew up in a cold climate, and right. Oh my God. Well, I'm not as bad as you guys think, man. Sometimes I behave myself,
No, yeah, like on this stream, yeah.
Not often, but I do behave myself sometimes. But yeah, I can't do the cold anymore, man. And as a prepper, even though everybody, even my mom before she died, she said, "Oh my God," because I begged her, I literally on my knees tried to get her to come to Florida to save her life. Didn't work. But and she's like, "Oh, I can't come down there because of the hurricanes." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Because you can be all over Florida and you won't get a major hurricane that really affects you in a bad way for many, many years. And the last hurricane that literally affected me in a bad way was Wilma. That was 2005. We're in 2021 now, man. So I've had a few that put a little too much water on my garden, and some bad stuff, but whatever. The major hurricane that you need to shutter up your house for, didn't happen since 2005. That one messed me up. I lost my house actually, but and it was messed up. Thank God I ride motorcycles, because you couldn't drive a car after that hurricane hit. And there was so much crap in the streets. Well, it was pretty awesome because we had so many customer bikes in the shop that we were siphoning gas out of all their bikes and putting it in ours. And we just drove around looking for gas and checking out what was going on. It was a disaster. There were areas of Florida that didn't have power for over a month. And interesting thing, since we're all a prepper community, I didn't give a crap, because I was cooking. Like my fence broke off, and Gary actually, that's when I started banging Gary. My husband was out of the country, and I'm like, "Yo, he's fun, man." I started banging Gary. He was great. So Gary started going, and he was like taking the broken fence pieces, and we were burning them to cook food on my barbecue, like to make coffee and food and everything else. And I had a big ass barbecue, man. And so I was doing like coffee, and then I could put a bunch of pots and do like pasta and whatever I wanted. But I was cooking my plants, the stalks, the trunks, and then my fence that was broken, and it was messed up because my neighbors, they were walking around back then like completely with their thumb up their ass, didn't know what to do. because the problem with them was they went and, all right, hurricane's coming, so you get a few days worth of food and all that stuff. Well, guess what? It wasn't a few days worth of food. It was a month worth of no power, no nothing. And by the way, the sewer was backing up in the streets. It smelled like shit. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it was bad. Yeah, because no power, you've got eventually no water. You can't take a shower, you can't take a shit, and it gets rough, and I didn't give a crap, literally. So, well, my craps were a lot less back then, but I didn't give a crap. But it's funny because when that's like the ultimate shit hits the fan test, when 1 month the people that aren't used to it go without power and all that. And we're kind of used to it down, well, at least I am, and I don't care, because I've got my own plants and I burnt my own shit. But it was very interesting to see the people that literally were not prepared for that kind of thing. And you would think that, especially in South Florida, that everybody would be prepared for that kind of scenario, and they're really not. And I'm telling you, even Floridians are retarded because a hurricane comes and they're all running to the store to get plywood and food and water and all this shit. And I'm just sitting there going, you guys are retarded, man. Because I don't have to do that. I just sit at home and hang out and do my own thing. But yeah, it's really weird. You would think that Floridians are far more prepared and, for that kind of scenario than they were. And when Wilma hit, it was bad. It was really bad. Yep.
And what's the deal with Floridians jamming up the interstate, Niki? I mean, can't people get in a line and drive and keep driving and driving and driving and watch each other and be careful when you're evacuating the state? I saw the lines of cars stopped for miles and miles. It's like, what the hell's going on? And you look up front.
Yeah.
And people are, doing stupid shit.
Retarded. Yeah, they're retarded, man. Yeah, they just don't know what time of day it is, man. Again, which is what I said. You would think in Florida, everybody is like super prepared and really knows what's going on, man. And they really don't. It's stupid.
No, a lot of people don't.
Yeah. No, they don't.
We're in Oklahoma.
I was said I'm not worried. Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey.
I'm not worried.
That was directed at you, Harvey. Whereabouts is that party? Damn it. Fucking Chad's jumping.
Had 2 Okies on here. Oh, it's on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, well, I'm doing a live. I'm not. Yeah, no.
I guess me and Josh weren't invited, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Josh is at the casino anyways. So
yeah, he's up in Tulsa, and I'm down here right just above the Texas line in southeast Oklahoma. So we're only about 3.5 hours apart, maybe 4 at the most.
Yeah, God bless America. That's actually true. We have a lot of displaced Northeasterners here in Florida. And that actually is the problem. They take everything for granted. To them, it's like a party state. They get some cans of beans and crap like that. But, when Wilma hit, everybody got a wake-up call because the guys were like, oh, shit, we have no food. I'm telling you, right by our shop, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. Nobody had coffee. Well, I had coffee because I made it at home every day, but on my fence-burning barbecue grill. But I'm telling you, nobody had that. And you wouldn't believe, just coffee. Man, if you're a prepper and you want to make a ton of fucking money, grow tobacco, grow coffee. Because these guys, once Dunkin' Donuts opened up, they were lined up. And I'm telling you, I actually had video from them. These people were lined up, and you could see these people like hadn't had a shower in weeks. You know, they look like shit, like they just rolled out of bed. It was fucking hilarious. And me and Gary are just laughing at them like, are you waiting for coffee? And we were like going to the shop, you know, because we had our coffee because I made it, you know. Prepper Niki.
Yeah.
I mean, I was cooking it on my fence, my recycled fence that the hurricane blew down, but whatever. Hey, coffee's coffee, man. So, but it was crazy because they hadn't opened, and it was like, I think the third weekend, and it was our town, Coconut Creek, where our motorcycle shop is, but those businesses had not opened. And these people, I'm telling you, the line was about approximately 3/4 of a mile long just to get into one place to get them a cup of coffee. That's how stupid people are, man. Yeah, you can make some money, man. Grow a coffee tree and grow some tobacco, man. You'll be
Oh
rich.
yeah, tobacco. That's gonna be a great
Yeah.
barter item. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry. I'm about 4 hours from Shreveport. I actually go through there on the way to Ruston to go when we have our bench rest shooting matches about twice a year. We haven't done it last year because of the stuff going on, and we lost one of our shooters, passed away the year before. But yeah, I go through Shreveport, and then I go through Shreveport when I'm on my trips headed down to Florida. Ports and then town, and they actually have some good sporting goods stores that should have some ammunition.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know how to grow coffee either. Niki probably does though.
Yeah, I have a coffee tree right there behind the drum room. Growing coffee is a little tricky, Christy. The thing about coffee is, even though the best coffee comes from mountainous regions, coffee loves humidity, and it's a little tricky to grow. So, if you're anywhere outside of Zone 10, which is where I'm at, you have to grow it as a container plant, or if you've got a major greenhouse and you can keep plants in there all the time. But think about it like coffee trees are a jungle plant, and they grow in the mountains. That's where they grow the best. Yeah. So mine is great. It actually produced beans for me the first 2 years. And the thing too is, what most people don't know is, coffee trees, you can actually use the leaves to make tea. It's amazing. And they don't have nicotine. It's just the leaves, you know, from the tree. You can make a beautiful tea out of the leaves, which actually they've been doing in areas like Ethiopia for thousands of years. Is why they actually grew coffee. They didn't grow it for the beans, they grew it for the leaves because they make tea, and it's extraordinarily good for you. Yeah, super good for you. Yeah.
And kratom is related to the coffee plant too. That it grows in
There you go.
Indonesia, and that's what I was on for pain relief using the red Indonesian kratom,
Yeah.
and that's why I figure it's kind of safe. But Niki, we always heard that Folgers coffee was mountain grown because of the Jolly Green Giant peas in the valley.
Right.
You gotta have a little humor with our program.
It's crap, man. Yeah, all that stuff is garbage. Like, I was in Costa Rica, and these guys actually, we were in a coffee mill. And the funny thing is, even stuff that you think is like high grade coffee, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and all that, it's all garbage. You know, it's all the low grade leftovers that everybody gets. And when you see them actually do it, It's actually really freaking cool, man. I love it. It's awesome. I'm telling you, man. And they ground some beans when we were in Costa Rica, and it'll knock you on your ass, man. It's just really good stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. But again, that's why, like, I've got a coffee tree, and I'm trying. And the thing is, he's suffering now, but I'm trying to propagate it to make a few more, because I'd actually love a bunch more. Because if I have a lot, I give it away to people and to help them out. But I would love people to grow coffee. You can do it. It's a little tricky down where I'm at, because the thing is, Florida's flat. I'm not at elevation, and the best coffee comes from, like, if you're in Jamaica, in the mountains, baby. It's good stuff. And so I have to kind of mimic that kind of stuff. But he's pretty happy. He's given me coffee beans 2 years in a row. He's really sad this year. But again, if you've got one and he's putting out a lot of greens, you can just cut the greens and make tea out of the leaves. It's extraordinarily good for you. So, yeah, I would encourage everybody to actually try and get a coffee plant as a house plant, and you can grow it in a container as a house plant in your house. And if you do the right thing, here's the thing, water it once a month. Put 1 tablespoon of Epsom salts to a gallon of water once a month, and water your plants. And what that does is it encourages green. It encourages foliage. Don't do it if you're like, to tomatoes and stuff that are fruiting, because it encourages foliage and then it will deter fruiting. But Epsom salt is amazing. So if you're in a northern climate and you're growing a coffee tree, do some Epsom salt water mixture and feed it to them, and it will produce a lot more leaves. And then you can cut the leaves off, and you'll have amazing tea, and it's really good for you. All right, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, we used to get green coffee beans and roast them ourselves. You have a first crack and a second crack. I like a mild roast, a medium roast. I don't like that French dark roast. That to me just puts a burnt flavor to coffee. But I had a friend that would fly to the Celebes Islands down in Indonesia, and he would take a pair of shorts, a t-shirt, tennis shoes and socks, and a spare set of them in his backpack, and a bunch of money. He would fly down there and he would buy 100 pounds of Celebes Colossi green unroasted beans and fly back to New York with them. He would take them to a roaster and have them roast them a medium roast, and then bag them up and put them in the freezer. And that is, to me, some of the best coffee I have ever had in my life. It gives it a real nutty type of flavor. It's smooth, it's rich, it's nutty. And I haven't been able to find anybody that does a medium roast Celebes Colossi. And they look at me funny when I go in Starbucks and I ask them, "What have you got? Have you got, a Sumatra Mandaling or that, or have you got a little Portuguese?" And these guys that are coffee people look at me and say, "Well, you sound like you know your coffee. You'd make a better barrister than I am, because I don't have an idea what you're talking about." So
That's funny.
I tell
Yeah.
them, I just want to give me a good medium roast cup of coffee, for God's sakes. I don't want no frappo, lacca, mocha, joca, whatever. I don't want no foo-foo coffee. Give me coffee with 2 creams and a sugar and 2 sugars. I'm happy.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
You have fun with your son playing Yahtzee, which Yahtzee is fun, but
Oh, holy crap, man. I used to play Yahtzee way back in the day.
Yeah.
I love that game. That's awesome.
oh man, I used to play a lot of Yahtzee too. I like dice games. Remember the one I think they called it 1,000, where you take like 5 dice and you roll, and you gotta either hit a 1 or a 5 every time. Or if you get like three and you get 3 threes, it's worth like 300 points. You ever play that one?
No.
Oh wow, no, that one was fun.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Oh, Preparex, why would you save tadpoles?
Oh
Motherfucker,
man, I would love them for
I
my
spent an
pond.
entire day
They're
killing them
bullfrogs.
yesterday.
No, got to make frog legs. That's how you make frog legs. I would love to
No,
have bullfrog
no.
tadpoles in my pond, and when I find them, I put them in my pond. They're expensive to buy off eBay.
No, the tadpoles I've got are the toxic ones. So the crazy ass
I don't want
cane
that.
toads go in my rain buckets and make
Well,
babies.
hey, we may need to squeeze them and make poison darts in the future.
F them. I just kill
Oh
them.
man, I was gonna say or lick them. You could probably make some kind of drugs out of them.
Oh, you don't want to do that yet.
You might get a wart on your tongue.
Yeah, you felt sorry for him. I don't. Send them to my house. I don't feel sorry for shit. Boom, they're dead.
I've actually got some frogs in my pond where I found some
Picking up my
bullfrogs,
ringtone, man.
put them in there, and they survived the fish because I've got fish and I've got bullfrogs croaking out there, but it's just hard to get enough to make a meal out of the frogs. But I got lots of fish in my little quarter-acre pond. Is amazing what it can do. You keep perching.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't want to get you don't want to get anywhere near the cane toads that we have here. They're stupid, man. So when I see the tadpoles in the water, I've got to get rid of it and kill everything, man. That's why sometimes I leave raw. Like if I get up way too early in the morning and I'm in the garage, I hear thumping like against my garage door. I'm like, oh crap, there's a toad out there. So I'll get up and I go out. But I have to get my flashlight to actually search these fuckers out. And then I grab my hey, I've got it. Moose will be proud of me. I've got it outfitted right. It's got a scope on it.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that
I
gets the
keep it-
iguanas and the toads. Yeah. But it's a BB. And so I go out in the front yard and I off the bastards, you know, because don't like them. They don't need to be out there. But I'm old school, so I have to use like a flashlight, and I'm like, shit, there he is. And then I have to, you know, that's my phone. And then I'm like, shit, man, it's like dark. So I just sighted the thing with my flashlight, and they usually don't move. So I've got to take it off, and I've got to shoot the fucker with my rifle because I don't have, this is a straight scope, man. I don't have night sights on this like I do on my real guns, which, I mean, hey, it's a real one. It kills vermin, you know. So I've got
Duct
two
tape
of
a
them.
flashlight. Duct tape a flashlight to it, Nikki. That's what I did with my 22 rifles. A little flashlight, a little mag light.
Oh, that's a
Duct
good
tape it to
idea.
it.
I should do that. Yeah. I would love to do that because the thing is, like, I'm sitting out here with you guys right now, and it's really dark. And the thing is, I know the guys are out here, and the thing is, I can see them if I turn the other patio light on. But damn it, you know, I want to be able to shoot them even in the dark. So that's a good idea. I love you. I'm going to do that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm going to do that.
Since we can't show firearms, I'd show you what my setup is, but we can't show real firearms on here because of the YouTube Nazis. So
This is not a real one. It's a BB.
but I can take a picture of it and text it to you. So
yeah, cool. Yeah, I gotta do that. That's actually a great idea. Thank you for that.
I would say use Gorilla Tape. That stuff, man. I've ever since I've used duct tape and I've used. Okay. So it doesn't stick quite as bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Well, that's the way I was saying here in Oklahoma. If it's supposed to move and it doesn't, WD-40. If it's not supposed to move and it does, duct tape.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not these frogs, man. I get it. I like the tree frogs and all that. They do eat the bugs. But To us, the cane frogs, which are the invasive ones, and they're poisonous to your cats, your dogs. You know, if they go after them, it's not worth it, man. You got to kill them, just like the iguanas. They're actually not worth it, you know. So I see one of those bastards, and I have a good way to kill them too, which doesn't include the rifle. You know, they're really bad, man. It's just they're really bad. It's not worth the aggravation. Completely invasive. Not a good species, man. But we've got other frogs down here that are really cool. And you have to know your frogs. You know, I identify them and I love them. But the cane ones, game on, dude. If I see him, he's dead.
Oh,
Thank
check
you
this
very
out,
much,
guys.
Zana.
Check this out, guys. I scored this in a trade for a gun yesterday. It is a Colt old time 1917 fire hose nozzle, solid brass.
Oh, wow. How cool is that?
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
solid
That thing
brass
is-
made by Colt, 1917. The guy, I gave him $50 credit for this, and he wanted like 75 or something. He had it for price, and I gave him $50 off a gun because I had it priced so low as it was. Anyway, I got it, and I looked it up on the internet, $400 for this thing.
That's
But
pretty
this
cool.
brings up something else I wanted to bring up about prepping. Are you prepared to fight a fire in your fort, in your home, to protect your stuff? Are you prepared to fight a fire? So I'm gonna be setting this up for along with fire extinguishers and stuff to be able
Yeah,
to
that's
stop a fire.
I've got one that I keep kind of near my wood burning stove because, believe it or not, behind here I do have a wood burning stove, and then I keep one in my master bedroom as well, just in case.
Yeah, and I keep boxes of baking soda not far from the stove because baking soda will put out a grease fire on a cook stove.
Oh yeah.
Wait, sorry, I'm typing. Yankee is in here. I love Yankee.
Yeah. Hi, Zane.
Hey, what's up, Tennessee
Prepper,
Tactical? What you up to, bro? I was supposed to have Bullfrog in here today too, but he had a previous engagement, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not. But
Yankee Spanky. I love Yankee.
I don't know how you came up with that nickname. I don't want to know.
Well, you know, I do that on John's channel. That's Yankee Spanky, man. That's what we do. That's an inside joke.
Oh, man, that's some good Arizona iced tea.
And Yankee. Yankee is amazing. Yeah.
Oh, by
Cool.
the way, Zane sent me a $60 gift card to Amazon, which
Oh,
actually
cool.
is going to be totally kick ass because I'm already on Amazon Prime anyways, so I'll be able to get the most out of that one. That's a good gift.
We've been getting a bunch of Red's been getting a bunch of freeze dried number 10 cans of fruit and stuff that we don't have a lot of access to here in Oklahoma. In our area, there's not a lot of fresh fruit because everything gets killed by bugs and grubs and stuff. I've lost all my fruit trees. I've got a few blueberries left and raspberries and some blackberries, but everything else has been wiped out either by the rain or the freezing temperatures this past winter. We lost all our fig trees. I think I may have some sprouts coming out of my pear tree, but it's not doing much. It's just
Really?
bad growing everywhere.
What's up, Forest Monster?
Yeah, I've had those problems too, actually. Like I've got in the front yard, I've got a soursop, a jackfruit, and a Barbados cherry tree. And I'm telling you, man, in the last 6 months they've been suffering. And the thing is, the soursop kind of dies down and comes back. They're really sensitive. They're pussy trees, man. The minute it gets below 60 degrees, they're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. You know, because they're crazy. You know, they just can't. Like, literally, when they say, if you've got a seedling in front of a refrigerator and you open the door, they'll die, they're not joking. Because soursops are that sensitive to cold. But he's actually been doing quite well. And the thing is, I got that tree from a friend of ours who's a customer, a gentleman in our motorcycle shop, and he had colon cancer. And what he did was he went to this Mexican guy, and he had a nursery, and he got that soursop tree, and he started taking the leaves off of it and eating it and all that. And I go, John, dude, you know, it's all good, but you can't, you know, butcher a tree to the point where, you know, if you take too much stuff off of it, it can't, you know, regenerate and regrow itself and help you at all. But I'm telling you, the tree actually, I can't say the word, CURED'd him. And that's soursop. And
Preferex. Damn, dude.
you guys
That's
should learn about this tree. You guys should learn about it.
that is messed up, dude. Yeah, way too much starter fluid. Yeah. Oh,
I had to
This is-
rebuild a tractor
this is
engine. They used
Well,
starter
I'll
fluid
tell you.
on it. Blew up
I'll tell you
this
what. The one time that we had a grease fire in our house, luckily some of my roommates at the time knew better than to just try and put water on it. So there was one guy that was literally sitting in the windowsill in the kitchen. There was one guy outside scooping up dirt, handing the bucket to the guy inside, and the guy in the window, and he's throwing it on the freaking the kitchen wall because it was, dude, it was bad, dude. Dude, fires ain't funny in trailers. All right, that's just one thing. But luckily they knew better than to try and use water or anything stupid like that. And so they were just throwing dirt on it. We ended up putting it out, but it wasn't before the fire department and the cops and everybody came out, and a couple people got arrested, including myself.
Yeah.
That's what happened. At least nobody got shot. You know.
There you go. Oh,
I mean, we all cooperated. We were like, hey man, look, we had a kitchen fire. You know, a kid being dumb threw freaking frozen French fries into a pan of hot oil, and it went boom and exploded and caught the kitchen wall on fire. And then no, never mind. I can't say that on this stream, but yeah, they found some illegal things on the property at the point. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
shame on
Yeah.
you.
No,
The
dude, it
tractor I
wasn't
have-
mine. It wasn't mine. Hey,
No.
renter's rights. Renter's
tractor
rights,
I
man.
have, the tractor I have, they sprayed too much ether in it to try and start it, and it blew the whole piston out of the apart in the engine and the sleeve. So my friend bought the tractor, and then we pulled the engine out when I got down here to Oklahoma, and I rebuilt it, and now I end up owning the tractor. I bought it from him. But
Cool.
yeah, too much ether is not good. But I used ether up in Alaska when I couldn't get the big truck brake drums off that were stuck. You take have a piece of toilet paper ready and spray that ether up inside that brake drum and stick the toilet paper in the little brake adjuster hole and light it on with a big lighter and get back, and it would blow the drum off the truck without hurting it. And
I'll be
then
damned.
change the brake. We use it for seating
Yeah.
tires too, like you said. Yeah, you can blow a tire up and seat it on a big piece of equipment.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know
And
that.
potato guns. They make potato guns. You launch potato guns with it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's why they call them dangerous. That should be the name of a song. All right, I'll be right back. All right.
Only dangerous if you say, "Here, hold my beer and watch this."
Yeah,
No, that's, oh, never mind. What's
Hey,
up,
you.
hey you? Yeah, hold my beer. God, how many times? Oh my God, there's a lot of times where I'm glad I've had a beer in my hand when something goes wrong, and the next thing you know, your freaking legs are on fire, and so you're using that beer to douse yourself out. Oh man, that was messed up. Yeah. Use hairspray. Yeah, the hairspray trick. Yeah, I've heard that one a lot too, Yankee. Yeah. Just a little bit of hairspray and just make sure that everything is all compressed and hope to God that thing don't blow up in your face.
Yeah.
What's up, foam? Yeah, right. Nick, watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, we have yet to watch this. Oh my God, it's like 2020 or 2021. Looked at 2020 and it's like, you know what? Hold my beer. That's about where we're at now. It's not gonna get any better anytime soon. I mean, yeah, we're seeing a lot of things. A lot of states are waking up, and a lot of states are going back to the 10th Amendment, and they're using our 10th Amendment as a means to basically tell Biden's administration to piss off. So, and that's a good thing. And Texas is getting real damn close to being the 21st constitutional carry state, which is, I mean, that's something, you know. You would have figured they would have been constitutional carry before all the others, to be honest. Well, you know, I think Alaska might have been the only state that's actually been more. Well, I don't know. When did Alaska pass their constitutional carry? Do you even
Oh
remember?
gosh, it was years back. It's been, let's see, it's been at least 7 years ago. And actually, it's been probably closer to 10 years ago. It used to be you could carry open anywhere except bars and courthouses and stuff. And then they came up with concealed weapons licensing. But then I had my concealed weapons license for right at 10 years. And it was during that time period that they went constitutional carry. And during my second license, so I never had to renew after that. And so now and it's not limited to just residents. Tourists can conceal carry legally in Alaska. So everybody is really very friendly to each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing about it is when you walk into some place and you don't know if any or if you have an idea that like maybe half the people are packing or even a third of the people are packing. You know, it limits crime.
You're not coming out.
Right. It does.
Dog. 3. I had to check on the sleeping zombie. He's still
How's his foot
sleeping.
doing?
He's still sleeping. No, I keep I go up to him and I'm pulling his foot and I'm looking at it. It actually looks better. A lot of the black and blue kind of went away, you know, but he's just laying there and he kind of looks like he should be awake. And I'm like, are you awake? And I go there and I'm like pulling the thing back and he's just like, I'm like, all right, he's not awake. He's sleeping. Okay, I'm out of here. I gotta tiptoe like panther.
Grab the lipstick and paint him up. Take a picture.
Yeah, we should Sharpie some shit on Gary like dangerous freedom and the crew is here, man.
Oh,
No, my God, what a wuss. Yeah, he's whining about, you know, like mine legit is like broken with metal in it. And he's just like hopping around. I'm like, you're a pussy.
And take a red Sharpie and put dots all over his face, so when he looks in the mirror, he'll think he's broke out in like chicken pox or smallpox or something.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do that. No, seriously, I'm gonna do that shit. No, seriously, because I have a Sharpie right here somewhere because I have to use it for my gardening, my seeds. It's right here somewhere.
He's gonna kill me if he ever meets me. He's gonna kill me.
Oh, he's gonna get so pissed off.
Yeah.
But you know, it does like you know, he would expect it. He's like, all right, Nikki's being a fucking asshole again. The face tattoo. I love you, Prepper. Yeah, Yankee. No, Yankee. I got a Sharpie out of here. I swear to God. Hold on. It's out here somewhere. Oh, here. Yeah. I'm not lying. Dude, I've got it. It's like red.
Oh, it's black. You need a red one.
Oh, I got a red one.
Yeah. Yeah. Find your red one.
Oh my God. This is gonna be amazing. All right.
He's gonna be pissed.
Who fucking cares? When he gets up, the only thing is I've got to make sure I've got the phone on when he wakes up and like looks at himself. He's gonna fucking kill me. Who gives a shit? Wait, I gotta find the red one. This is great. Oh my God. So I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's an old school one.
Yeah.
Hey, hello, Sita.
Howdy.
What's up, Jenna? Crazy cat. So, anyways, yeah. Oh my God, she's probably in there painting his face right now. Oh God. He's not going to be very happy when he gets up and looks in the mirror.
Looking for a red Sharpie, yeah.
As long as she doesn't like paint him up like Joker.
Yeah. Or Kiss.
Yeah, or Kiss, yeah. Sounds like it's pretty windy down there where Nikki's at.
Yeah, it's windy here too. We had rain, lots of rain. Like I said, my yard probably resembles Huckleberry's yard down in Shreveport.
He's gonna kill me.
Oh no, you did it.
Red Sharpie. No, so I went up to him. He's like snoring on the couch, and I'm like, I opened it, and I'm like, dot on his head, and he didn't move. And then I did another one, and then he was like, and then he like made a noise, and he was like, what the fuck? I'm like, honey, are you all right? I'm just checking on you after I sharpened your forehead.
You're supposed to lightly dot all over his face and his forehead, just lightly, so he doesn't.
I did. No, I
Wakes
was
him up.
very gentle. I followed your directions.
How many did you get on him?
No, it sucks because I gotta wait for him to fall asleep because he wakes up late at night and he does a little bit of weed and he smokes some weed before he goes to bed and then he's gonna go off snoring again. So now I gotta wait to do this again. I love you, Moose.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind if we ever get together.
Yeah, we gotta have a picture though. It's worthless without picture.
Hey, no joke, dude. I totally did it. But the funny
Yeah.
thing is, like the first time I hit him, he moved his arm a little bit. And I was like, I felt so bad. But then I was like, this is kind of cool. So when I did it the second time, and then he moved and he's like, what the fuck, man? And I was like, are you okay, honey? I'm just checking on you. He said, dumbass. I just sharpened you. Great. This is too much fun, man. Dude. Now I have to wait for him to fall asleep again, like thoroughly fall asleep. Poor Gary. It's just too much fun. This is awesome.
Actually, down in Florida, you know, I was kind of a redneck cowboy down in Florida when I was down there. I mean, I looked just like Hank Williams Jr. when I was younger. People always asking me for my autograph because I wore the same hat and everything. But one of my girlfriends one night, she was asleep, and I got the red Sharpie and I put the big red dot on her forehead. And when she woke up, she seen that dot and she said, "What the hell's going on?" I said, "Oh, I wanted to pay cowboys and Indians."
Shame on you. Oh my god.
Oh, she loved it. She thought that was kind of cool. So
No, Gary's gonna wake up and go, what are those red dots? And I'm like, I have no idea. The hell?
what are you breaking
Like,
out in?
seriously, dude? Like you've got a foot problem. Now I've got to deal with your head. You've got red dots on your head. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm trading you in for a non-defective boyfriend. That's it. You're out.
Good luck on that one. I think we're all defective in some
He's
way.
got the pox. He's got the pox. He's got the pox. Just call it the pox.
Yeah,
Oh, you've got the pox.
Yeah. Oh my
Hey,
god.
what's up,
Gary's
Joe?
infected. I'm like, get away from me. You're infected. Oh, poor Gary. Yeah, oh my god.
Today was a trip, huh? I don't know. What happened today? Yeah, exactly, Niki. Every last one of us. There's something defective about all of us.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Hey, that's what makes us human and awesome, right?
Almost died because
Yeah.
eating.
I'm not getting it.
I don't totally understand that either.
Yeah, I don't quite get that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay, that.
Oh,
I had to trade rounds with someone who tried to ram my car, not paying attention, and I thought, wow, oh shit.
oh.
Well, that's why I carry USCCA. I'll tell you what, and a few other things.
Exactly.
We don't take kindly to carjackers.
No.
No, we don't.
Yeah. That only happened to me one time. A black guy tried to jack me down in Florida. And when he reached and grabbed the lock on my open window, when he came up saying, "Hey, I don't want no trouble or nothing," he put his hand on my lock to lift it up and got in the car. I grabbed the Uzi and I stuck it right up his nose like this. Black people will turn white. They lose all the blood and they will turn white, because he turned white as a ghost right there. And I said, no, there won't be no trouble. Now you go get in that car with your buddies and don't make me open up on all of you, because so.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Then the power went out. Oh man. Oh God.
Oh,
I
boy, Joe,
dude, that's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's a pretty shitty day, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Joe. Yes, when you were talking about exchanging rounds, I pretty much got you.
Let's all give a little prayer for Joe Morgan, because he needs a little of our prayer,
no doubt,
to help him out. So, Joe, we'll pray for you and give you some strength, and your family needs some strength at this time. And we pray this in the Almighty God, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
That's a rough one, dude. I mean, I've had some shit days, but damn.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Oh, for God's sake. I mean, why did she even do that?
Joe, God. I can only imagine, dude. You know, somebody tries to T-bone me not paying attention. You probably had to slam on your brakes and hope to God they didn't fucking hit you. And then you look at them and they're not even paying attention to what they're freaking doing. They're staring down at their phone or something.
Oh, we deal with that garbage down in South Florida every day.
Yeah, dude, it happens everywhere, dude.
Yeah, seriously. And you know, it's funny when you're a motorcycle rider, you're more acutely aware of the stupid shit people do when they're driving their cars.
Yeah.
You know, and the funny thing is, even though up until recently, when I got Duke and I started riding him, it's just I have no tolerance for these idiots, and most of them, I hate to say it, are women. You know, they're in the car, they're on their fucking phones, and the thing is, some of them, when they're on their phones, they're all over the road. They look like they're fucking drunk, and they're not. They're just on their phones. And you know, I've actually, you know, driven up on them and said, you know, you're gonna fucking kill somebody one of these days. And I say that to them because, you know, being a motorcycle rider, it's just like you're that one person that's going to be on the phone for some stupid shit, you know, and kill somebody one of these days. It's ridiculous, because I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. You can live fucking without it in your car.
Yep.
I do not use my phone in the car. Here's the thing.
Hey, Niki,
in the console, and the only time that I will answer it is if I see Gary's name on there, and it's rare. He never calls me. We don't even talk to each other during the day. So if I see Gary during the day, I know that there's an emergency, and that's the only time. And then I pull over and I talk to him. I do not use my phone in the car, and it's bullshit. I fucking hate people that use their phone in the car.
All right, Niki, can we slow down on the profanity, please? This is a monetized channel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they kind of frown on that kind of thing. I mean, you've been spitting out a lot of knowledge, dude, about plants and you know, growing coffee and everything.
Not about that.
Niki, the other thing that gets me is the drunk driver.
That's just it. Everybody that's coming on here and they're like, why don't I have a wrench here? It's nothing personal. This is my main channel. And I'm trying to keep this one above board. I mean, like John over at the Prepared Mind. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta jump through their freaking hoops. It's bullshit. It's total censorship, but that's what they want. So
bad word. You just said a bad word.
Oh yeah, I do. But I mean, just as long as it's not like constant profanity. You know, and they don't want people, you know, doing drugs or anything like that. So we don't do drugs, dude. No, don't do drugs here.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Yeah, drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
I
You
don't.
know,
I
but
never
like,
have. So
I mean,
I'm-
they're talking about profanity, controversial topics. I mean, dude, like
Yeah.
it's seriously, dude, when John talks about it like he does, yeah, it is almost Gestapo tactics. So we'll have to
no,
wait
it
and see.
is, and the thing is, to his thing, he's actually, gotten, even as proper as John is, he's gotten taken down quite a few times,
Yeah.
or striked, not taken down, but strike. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
For
after so many after so many strikes, guess what? You are gone.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. The thing is, they have different levels, but 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
We're talking
And they're
about
looking
John
for any excuse.
over at the Prepared Mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't checked him out, you should probably go check him out. He's a great guy.
Yeah, and you know what? He's been around a very long time. He knows what he's doing. And he's been around that long because he knows what he's doing, basically. And he's actually a really good man. Very good people, man. Good stuff. I can attest to that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And he knows his stuff, man. Yeah, he's great.
So, Dangerous, do you have any questions about something you may have thought of that, as far as prepping or surviving or something that maybe you'd like an answer to, or
Well,
want some guidance on?
I mean, honestly, when people ask where are you really lacking in your preps, and for me, I think I explained this on one of my after darks last week, was my kids. I mean, they're not getting the whole prepping thing. They think everything's going to be just fine, and I'm like, kids, you don't understand. They've never had to live without power, without electronics. They grew up in the computer age, and they don't. I mean, like a grid down to them, they would be devastated. And I need to try and get them on a path to where if it does happen, which I'm guessing it will happen. I'm just throwing that out there. It's only my opinion. I don't know for a fact, but I've got a pretty good idea. I how to get them ready.
Okay. Don't they watch movies?
No, they watch YouTube.
Well, they should watch some movies, that show what can happen when they're even like Red Dawn, for instance,
Mm-hmm. Good one.
But there's a lot of other disaster movies that, even like the zombie movies and stuff. You actually can glean some knowledge by seeing, because it's a made up scenario, but still you can gain knowledge as to what you may have to face.
Yeah.
Or some of the plane crash movies, where they're stranded up on mountains or
Oh yeah,
out
and have
somewhere.
to like Alive. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that was a hard one.
Yep. I'd be the MacGyver of the group. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna find what we can. We're gonna turn stuff into something, whether it's nothing that we got to work with. We're gonna figure out something.
Right.
That's awesome, Sane. Anyways, we are almost at the 2 hour mark, which is normally where I cut this stream. I will be back for the after dark. I guess she didn't have any closing arguments on that one.
Guilty.
Yeah, fucking guilty. Oh shit. Anyways, yeah. So I will be back at the Dangerous Freedom after dark. I have to go over to my my bungalow and everything like that. Moose, if you're still up, I would love it if you would join our panel tonight.
I'll be up for a while. Yep. And I'm using Red's computers on the satellite. So if we don't get any more storming, I got a better connection with this one than I do mine. So,
Okay.
I'd like to thank
and also, oh, go ahead.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us and keep supporting my buddy Ron, Dangerous Freedom here. He's an awesome guy. And we'll see you guys later on tonight on Dangerous Freedom After Dark, where just about anything goes within reason.
Yeah. Just no racism, womanizing, no attacking people in the chat or on the panel. Other than that,
I need to call you. I need to call you about something, so I'll give you a call in between broadcasts.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Everybody, thank you very much for coming. Everybody that donated, Zane, I appreciate that, and I'll get that ordered. So, thank you very much, and I will see you on the After Dark.
See you.